Yeah, like I was saying, this damn phone keep dying on me. But I got too much saved in my phone. But Crawford has too many intangibles for a nigga like Spence to deal with, in my humble opinion. And like I said, I thought it was a 50-50 fight up until I watched him fight Sean Porter. Then I watched him fight Danny Garcia. And when he's in a position to dictate the pace and dictate the range, he really looks a lot better than what he is. And I mean, the dude is a dope fighter. But even when he was fighting Mikey Garcia, people really got strung up on how he did Mikey Garcia. Mikey Garcia was a much smaller fighter. And they can, he can fight off the back foot, he can do this and he can do that. You can do that when you're in there with somebody who isn't adequate enough to deal with you. So you can go in there and have your fun. You can go in there and look, you know what I'm saying? Even with Lamont Peterson, man, he was showing footwork and feints and everything with Lamont Peterson. He didn't do that with nobody, no factors at 147. Like a Sean Porter, because he couldn't do it. He couldn't do it. Sean Porter was a workhorse in there. So when you I've been saying this for years. Thurman and Crawford beat Earl Spence. It's footwork. It's feet. It's the ability to set traps. It's the ability to adjust. It's the ability to not even just dancing on the, tap dancing from the outside, but having the ability to know your range. Being close enough to where you can get off and be out far enough to where he can't answer, he can't respond, he can't counter your counter. So I don't, and it's gonna come off as drag out bias or whatever because I'm from Omaha, but it is what it is, man. Because it's certain intangibles I see in Bud that I don't see in Spence, and I don't see Spence being able to adjust to what Bud can do. Even when you watch him and Kell Brook, he's there to be countered. He's there to be countered. Kell Brook was countering him over all night with that overhand left, over his right jab, all night. And he was in that fight even after the first knockdown. Fuck his niggas talking about. So I don't see Earl Spence being able to. I mean, now granted, it can, anything can happen in boxing, and I'm not completely shutting him out of the fight. But when I look, I don't, as dope as I think Sean Porter is, and I'm a supporter of Sean Porter, I don't think he doesn't have the array of skill that Terrence Crawford does. He doesn't, and not even just from the ability to switch hit. As phenomenal as a trait that is to have, is other intangibles that dude has that niggas just don't have. His computer is, impeccable. And I don't see Earl Spence being able to do anything with it. He can take your advantage away from you. I mean, you're a southpaw, cool. He can switch it. He's a lot more tactful in his, in the southpaw stance. So I just don't see Earl Spence being able to do anything with a Terrence Crawford, man. I think he should. So I think Crawford should take the 60-40 split, because I think it's a 60-40 fight. That's just me personally. So yeah, go ahead and take that. Spence, I don't like saying niggas is ducking. These are professional fighters. These are gladiators. Ain't none of them niggas scared. I do think, they're a lot more calculative in the risks they take because they want to get as much bang for their buck. We got Floyd to thank for that, which is understandable. These niggas put their life on the line to entertain us. It's understandable. You want as much as you can get, but you can't take it with you when you go. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about how much show you got after you took your last breath. We gonna remember you throughout the annals of time. You know what I'm saying? We still talk about Sugar Ray Robinson. We still talk about Ali. We talk about these greats because it was about legacy first, the preservation of what it is that they do. So take the 60-40 fight, bud. Crash this nigga like I think you will. And it's a possible trilogy right there. Y'all niggas are so concerned with one, getting the bang for your buck for one fight. This is a possible trilogy in the making. This is a possible Marquez and Manny. You know what I'm saying? Morales Barrera. Manny Morales. what's that nigga's name? Gaddy Ward. So let's get into it, man. Go handle that shit, bud.